Yes. Good night. How's everybody doing? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Anfield Uncle Rod's, or if you want to shorten it, Uncle Rod's. Welcome back to the channel, where I'm going to give you the match preview tonight, okay? I'm going to give you the match preview tonight of the game that's happening tomorrow at 3 o'clock, which is the FA Cup, English FA Cup 4th round, Plymouth against Liverpool. We're away at Plymouth. Excuse me, but before we do that, you know what to do when you get around there. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, okay? Like and subscribe button, also hit the notification button as well. Okay, before we get into before we get into the show, I'm gonna give you the scores today in the FA Cup. Okay, the early kickoff, Leeds versus Millwall. Millwall, Leeds 0, Millwall 2. Okay, so Millwall go through to round 5. Let's see who's in here earlier. Big up Philip Bidwell. Big up. Enough love. Big up to you. Next game was Leyton Orient versus Man City. Leyton Orient 1, Man City 2. Coventry 1, Ipswich 4. So these 3 so far go around to the fifth round, which is Millwall, Man City, and Ipswich going to 5th round. Everton 0, Bournemouth 2, and it would be funny. Bournemouth look good for it as well. They look good for it. Preston 0, Wickham 0. Preston go through 4-2 and penalties. Southampton 0, Burnley 1. Burnley go through to 5th round. Stoke 3, Cardiff 3. On penalties, Cardiff go through 4-2 in penalties. Wigan 1, Fulham 2. They go through to 5th round. Birmingham 2, Newcastle 3. And Birmingham's second goal was a scorcher, blood. It was a scorcher. So Newcastle go around to the 5th round. And the last one was Brighton 2, Chelsea 1. Brighton go around to the 5th round. That's the first time they've beaten Chelsea in the FA Cup since 1933. Okay, that's the results for today. Excuse me, sorry, I got hiccups for some reason. Yeah, so that's the results for today. So let's get on with the show. And we have, I'm gonna play you the press conference, and obviously I'll jump in and give my little bits and so forth. Yeah, but I'm gonna play you the press conference. And here we go.
Not a lot, but as after every game, we go with a few people, drink a glass of wine, and then we go home because it was quite late already when all my media duties were done.
Is there an update on Trent Alexander-Arnold? Will he be available this weekend?
No, I don't think so yet. No, that's going to be too early for him.
Derby, maybe?
Or? We don't play Derby County.
The Derby.
Oh, the Derby.
It's not funny actually. Man, let's get these little jokes in there still. Yeah, man. Listen, I think at the end, right, even the Derby, keep him away from the Derby for the time being. You know what I mean? Don't bring him back till you fully know he's ready. You know what I mean? And I think bringing him back to the Derby might be too much of a hard game for him. Do you know what I mean? You know they're mental a lot alike. Do you know what I'm saying? So I say after the Derby, play Conor Bradley in the Derby. Conor Bradley likes a good tackle. He likes to get in there, leave one on man's. Yeah, that's what I think anyway.
Yeah, difficult to say. It's like I said before. It's not going to take months and not even weeks, but that will be. Yeah, that's only 3 days after the Plymouth Argyle game. So let's wait and see if he's available. We also have to look at the long term. Of course, we don't want to take any risk with so many games afterwards coming up. But if he's fit, then of course we will use him.
How key is rotation again this weekend, and what kind of a balancing act do you have? Because there's a number of players that I'd imagine you want to give game time because you want to get their match sharpness up. But at the same time, if you have too many players in there who aren't fully sharp, it can make these ties that bit trickier for you.
Yeah, I think it's always a tricky tie, no matter what team you play, because it's an away game. It's their final probably, as many times if Liverpool comes anywhere. So, but it is true that if you play with a team that hasn't played so much together, that is always for the players a bit more difficult. But I think we've seen already a few times when we played with a team that hasn't played much together, even in Eindhoven in the Champions League game, these players were able to play a very good game. And so I think it's important, these moments, for some players that don't get many playing time, to have that playing time. So
Yeah, that's going to be key, I reckon. That is going to be key, sort of like the rotation part of it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you know what I mean? It's like how these players, deal with rotation and stuff. And some of them, they will probably be the first time they'll be playing together for quite a while, I suppose. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's going to be key. And as you said, like the Eindhoven game where they made a lot of changes, although we lost, do you know what I mean? Obviously, you can look at that game and think, that was a nothing game. But though we lost, there were players that did play well. Do you know what I mean? That did really play well still. So, listen, I'm thinking that there's going to be rotation tomorrow, but it's not going to be heavier rotation. Do expect at the day. Well, you'll see in my predicted lineup, but do expect tomorrow to see a couple of faces there that sort of like that. Couple of first teamers that actually need the minutes. You know what I mean? Because for instance, he could be expected to for Jota to be in there tomorrow. That could be expected. You know what I mean? And if we turn the game on its head and we get it one for early, we can then look to bring in people like Dans and so forth. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, so I think at the day, rotation is key, especially in the season when you're going for so much trophies. When you're going for so much trophies, you can't expect to play the same team all the time because they will get burnt out. That's what one of the criticisms that I did have of Klopp. Do you know what I mean? And trust me, it wasn't many criticisms I had about him. It wasn't many. But one of the criticisms I did have about him was the fact that he constantly played the same team. So of course, the natural thing was to happen was to sort of like these players to get burned out. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, let's go back onto the press conference. Go back onto the press conference. Get these press conference up.
Whenever we need them, they are ready. If you never play them, then it's so difficult for them to be ready if we do get some injuries or suspensions. So yeah, we will definitely use a few players that haven't played that much, but we will make that final call tomorrow.
Last night, Jamie Carragher described Virgil van Dijk as being too good for the highest level of football. He went on to say it almost feels like there should be another level above for Van Dijk because he plays the game with such ease, which backs up the argument that he could be the best ever centre-half in the Premier League. I just wonder what you think and also what you hope the future brings for him, both this season and beyond.
So they are friends again.
Yeah.
No,
it's true though, isn't it? He's like, he's finally saying something nice about Virgil van Dijk. You know what I mean? It wasn't sort of like, I don't know. He wasn't always that pleasant about Virgil van Dijk, was he? Do you know what I mean? And even about some of our other players as well. Do you know what I mean? So, man, I stopped listening to Jamie Carragher a long time ago anyway. So it probably doesn't mean anything to me what he said about Virgil van Dijk because it's true, isn't it? It's just true. Do you know what I mean? He's just stating the obvious. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's go.
I think Virgil deserves every compliment he gets. He's been outstanding for this club for so many years, and since I'm working here, he's been outstanding for me as well. for the performances he brings in. And yesterday was again an example of that. He was also in a good way, in a good manner, aggressive. He led the team in a way. With the ball, we all know what he can do, but also without the ball, he was sharp and ready. And it was not a coincidence that it took 80 minutes before they had their first shot on target. So Virgil, like many others, has a great season. Has a good season, but he wants, just like all the others, to make it a great season, and therefore we have to play still many games.
And what do you hope future brings for him?
How do you say this? A good health, yeah, for him and his family. That's the first thing I wish him, and I hope I can enjoy working with him for a long time. But that I don't think is a surprise for you, is it?
Not at all. Thank you.
Cheers. Conor Bradley showed last night again what an attacking threat he can be, getting that assist for the third goal, and the runs he makes for a right back, quite unusual for a right back, often through the centre, really high up. How do you make sure that there are no gaps left defensively when he's making so many runs like that?
First of all, not lose the ball. That's the smartest thing you can do. And the good thing is that the players that have the ball, and he has to understand when he has to make that run. And this was when it left.
Yeah, that Conor Bradley is such a player, isn't he? He's such a player. I mean, I was talking with my friends about this, like Solar P1 and Toto Hammer. Yeah, and we do remember to keep liking and subscribing to Toto Hammer's and Solar P's channel called Keep It Sports. Make sure you subscribe to them and like. No, the thing is about Conor Bradley, what I was saying about him, is he reminds me of the old school defenders. Do you know what I mean? There's no nonsense defenders that just get the job done. Just literally get the job done. They stay back, and then when they need to stay back, and they go forward when they need to go forward, and they will take you out. You know what I mean? But what is it? They'll take you out, but they'll follow the letters of the law when they take you out. Do you know what I'm saying? They just defend at the highest quality. Do you know what I mean? I mean, he done that slide tackle on Mbappe, one of the best footballers in the world, and he just took him out. He done the same the other night to Song. He just took Song out, slide tackle, and Song went flying. Do you know what I mean? And still kept and Bradley still kept on the ball. And make no mistake, in Sabozai's goal, the third goal, Conor Bradley's run was important. It was just as important. His one was just as important to get into play today and just to lay it off. That's all he needed. All he needed was that one touch. He didn't, you know what I mean? And oh man, he's brilliant. He's brilliant, and I think he has a really bright future ahead of him at Liverpool. If I was the people, you know what I mean, dealing with the contracts, I would tie him down to sort of like a 5-year deal, like a long-term contract, because he'll be good for Liverpool, I'm telling you. You know what I mean? Okay, let's go.
To the 3-0, very good choice because Maka had the ball. And he had the ball quite open, so he was not under any threat. And if Maka has the ball, I would make a run as a teammate as well, because it's a fair chance that he will find you in the perfect moment, in the perfect pass, with the perfect pass. So, first of all, it's about the timing. When do you make these runs? If the ball is under threat, then maybe it's not a smart moment. But if the ball is completely open and we can change sides, it's a perfect moment for him to start his run. And of course, we also always have Ibu and Virgil and the other fullback behind the ball, including Ryan. So if for whatever reason we do lose the ball over there, it's not like there are no defenders left anymore.
I know fans have been very happy with Conor's performances when he's played. If Trent Alexander-Arnold were to be injured for a long time, or if he were to leave the club, is Conor Bradley good enough to be your first choice regular right back?
He would be proud of you. That you come up with a different idea of asking this question. I think it's fair to say that for many positions, we have two very good players. So that's for the right fullback position. For the left fullback position, we've got more than two good centre backs, and I can go through the whole team telling you this. So it's also normal if you work at a club of this magnitude and that wants to compete for every trophy, that you have more than 11 good players. And right fullback position is definitely an example of that.
Good. And Ernest, several of the players have talked.
You know that was, yeah. You know it was. That was literally, yeah, the politician's answer to that question. Literally, the politician's answer to that question. That was quite funny, actually. Do you know what I mean? We shall play a little bit more of this, actually. This press conference, play a little bit more.
About this year having more time to live a normal life than in the past, being husbands, in some cases fathers. Is that something that you consciously take into account to kind of keep the squad fresh, keep them happy? And I mean, is that a conscious strategy, or it just so happens that compared with your predecessor, that's just the way you do things?
I can't compare with how it was, but it's definitely, if you want to call it a strategy, but it's definitely, I see them as human beings as well. And we are working very hard if we are here at the AXA and if we are playing a game. I think that was a great example yesterday again of how these players work. But if you want to just keep on going for such a long season because they never have a week or 2 weeks off, then I think at certain moments they have to be at home as well and being a father or a husband as well. Because if you are only a football player for 15, 16, 17 years with only 3 weeks off during the summer, and if you can only be a father or a husband for 3 weeks a year, that would not be human. So, of course, we take this into account, but we do these things mainly because we think it benefits us for winning football games. So.
And part of that manifests itself in, for example, staying at home the night before a home match rather than all gathering in a hotel as has been done in the past?
That's part of it. The other part is that people tell me, and the people that have more knowledge than me about this, that you always sleep better in your own bed than in a hotel bed. So, and sleep is a very important part of getting the best possible performance. So it's not only the argument you just gave for them to be at home with their families, but it's definitely also that they are better prepared for a game, in the opinion of people that tell me this. And I have no reason not to believe them, because if you use common sense, I think everybody can understand that you sleep better in your own bed than in a hotel bed. So it's not necessary. We indeed sleep at home.
Hi, Aaron. Liverpool were in contention for all trophies last season before their form dropped off. Are the team better placed to go for all four this season?
It's difficult for me to judge because I wasn't here last season. So I don't know. I can only tell you that we are at this moment of time in a very good place. And I'm not only talking about the result yesterday evening, but the players are fit already. Not only the 11 that were on the pitch yesterday, but the ones that came in as well. So we're in a good place, but we also know how long the season still is and how many difficult challenges there will still be for us. But we are in a good place. There's only one downside of beating Tottenham 4-0, because the last time we beat them 6-3, I think it was a week later that we beat West Ham 5-0, and all of a sudden that was the bar. So when we just started winning 1-0, everybody was saying they don't have the same form anymore. Yeah, we are in a good place, but I'm not expecting us to win every single game in the manner we won it yesterday. But that's also not what I ask of them. We just try to do everything to win every single football match. And if it can happen like yesterday in such a good and dominant performance, that's perfect. If not, but we have to find another way to win that game.
James?
I just had to about James McConnell, because he took the decision not to loan him out and keep him around for the rest of the season. What is it you've seen from him that's impressed you so much?
I think you watched the PSV game as well. So that's what you see. And what I see is him on the training pitch competing with all our other midfielders. And then I see a player that is, like I just said, competing with them. So always gives everything he has. And Tyler Morton is out with an injury for a while. So that means, I think he was maybe our sixth midfielder. And James is taking that position for the upcoming weeks as well. So it's a combination of both. It's him doing really well and the injury of Tyler Morton.
What's Tyler done?
Am I allowed to say that? Yeah, it's his shoulder. He has a shoulder injury.
How long do you think he'll be out for?
4 weeks, or maybe even longer. Yeah.
I just checked on Alisson. Is Alisson? Well, I didn't know what the issue was yesterday. You said he just rested, or is he?
Yeah, I think I said before the game that we almost every time we've played the second goalkeeper in the League Cup. So at Brighton it was Feet, because at that moment of time Cruyff was the number one, because Alisson was injured at that moment. There was only one exception, and that was Tottenham away, where Alisson came back from an injury, and I thought and felt he needed some extra playing time. Because if you come back from injury, you see this with many players. They sometimes need a bit of time to be at their best again. They're still good, but for them to be at their best again. And then 3 days later, we played the Accrington Stanley game. And then 3 days later, we played Forest. And with him being just back from an injury, for me, it felt better for him to play and then have a week rest and then have Nottingham Forest. So that was more with the idea of being best possible prepared for the league. And yesterday was a League Cup game. So that meant Cruyff was on goal, and he absolutely deserved to be on goal for everything he did this season until now.
Or leave it so close to the finals and decide they'll play the final.
We never know what the situation around the final is. How fit is everyone? Do they need a game? Yes or no? So I cannot guarantee anything. I never guarantee anything towards players so far in advance, and that's not what I'm going to do now as well.
Hi, Arnie. You spoke earlier about the difficulty of leaving players out of the squad when they've been fit and training well. Depending upon obviously the outcome of this game and maybe a subsequent draw, this could be the last game of the season for some players in the squad. So in that desire to impress and maybe stay involved, is there a danger maybe their performance is more about their individual ambitions rather than those of the team? And is this something you've maybe discussed with someone?
No, I don't discuss this. If I have to discuss this now, I didn't do my work properly for the first 6, 7, or 8 months. I think I tried to convince them every single day that only the individual performance can be of a high level if the team performance is of a high level. And if they now think that they need to do individual things to get playing time with me, then I did something wrong in the past 7 or 8 months. They don't get playing time because they score 3 goals or have a great attacking. They first of all need to work as hard for the team as, for example, the players did yesterday. And if you cannot bring this, then you have hardly any chance to come into the team. If you do,
right, we're going to leave it right there. We'll leave it right there because I put a link in the chat. So if you literally want to watch the rest of that press conference, you can do. You can watch that, the rest of that press conference. I've got a link in the chat there. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to go on to, before we leave here, we're going to do the predictive lineup, okay? Let me just get it featured. Let me get it featured. Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right, so I think tomorrow it's going to be, they'll probably put Jaros in goal, I reckon. Jaros should probably go in goal. I'll check goalkeeper. He's quite good, actually. You know what I mean? He's very good. Very good goalkeeper. Do you know what I mean? So he goes in goals tomorrow. Yeah, give him some minutes, man. You know what I mean? So he goes to goal. Bradley comes in as right back. Yeah, Bradley comes in. He comes in there. Kwanzaa. No, I think Kanate will come there. I think Kanate will come there. And no. I honestly think Kwanzaa there. I think of Kwanzaa there. Yeah. Kwanzaa will come in there. And Kanate will come there. Kanate which is over. You're not going to see Virgil tomorrow. So them two will be in there. And then as left back to Shimikas. He comes in. He comes in there. And the two in midfield is going to be Endo. Endo comes in. There you go. Endo comes in. Along with Naomi. He comes in. He comes in tomorrow. I mean, on the right, you're gonna have Chiesa. Shit. Chiesa comes in tomorrow. Elliot plays a 10. Plays a 10. Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. Oh, Jesus Christ. I think Jota comes in there. Jota comes in there. And Dan's. I don't know, is Dan's fit though? I don't know if Dan's fit. I'm going to play Darwin. Darwin's here. And Darwin's it comes in. Yeah. So this is my lineup for tomorrow. Shit. This is my lineup for tomorrow, guys. This is my lineup for tomorrow. You've got Jaros in goal, Bradley as right back, Kwanzaa, Kanate, and Tashimikas makes it your back four. In midfield, in midfield you got Endo, Noni in midfield. I can't see him underestimating sort of like underestimating Plymouth. Do you know what I mean? because if you're ahead, and then you're still gonna have your youths on the bench, and that you can bring on. Yeah. So Endo and Leone in midfield. On the right hand side of the attack, you're gonna have Chiesa. On the left hand side of the attack, you're gonna have Diego Jota, and Elliot's gonna be in as a 10. Then Darwin in as is your striker. As I said, if you got the game won, you can always take the rest of these players, take them off. Do you know what I mean? I think probably something like Chiesa will probably play the full game. Do you know what I mean? Because he needs the minutes. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So this is my lineup for tomorrow. Let me see if I can save this thing here. So I'm gonna save this thing here. Yeah. So my prediction for tomorrow will be 3-0 to Liverpool. I think 3-0 to Liverpool. I think we come out there, get the job, try and get the job done from early, so we can rest crucial players for the matchup on. I think it's Wednesday we're playing. Everton. This is our game in hand. So he's going to want to get this out of the way so he can rest up players, so we can get to this Everton game. Do you know what I mean? Which I will be doing a watch along for that as well. So yeah, I'm actually looking forward to that game. I'm actually looking forward to it. Do you know what I mean? We need to keep the pressures on. We need to keep the pressure on, guys. Really and truly, we need to do that. Keep the pressure on. And hold on, let me just move that. Yeah, we need to keep the pressure on, guys. We literally need to keep pressure on and literally sort of like put some games to bed so we can concentrate on other competitions. That's the only way we're gonna do it. Okay. So guys, no watch along tomorrow, but they're gonna have a match reaction on Monday. Probably by Monday 6 o'clock, we have a match reaction. So no watch along tomorrow. Saving it for the game on Wednesday with the Merseyside derby. That's gonna be a big one, So guys, thank you for joining. If you're gonna watch this on a replay, please like and subscribe to the channel. Also hit the notification button. Okay. In the meantime, till I see you next time. Goodbye. Take care and good luck. Bye bye.